Yeah, so I'll start off by showing you how I do it in an actual project, and then we'll move into a new studio session, and then we'll put something together quickly, and that's legit all this is going to be. Like, I don't expect many views, but just if it helps you, let me know in the comments. So here we go. I always start off a project by creating a folder in replicated storage called events, and then that's where I put all of my events. So if you go to the server or client, you can see I create a variable close to the top called events. So that way, let's say I wanted to fire by weapon, I would say, let's carve out a little spot here. I would say by weapon, or no, events dot by weapon. So events dot by weapon, invoke, however it works, server, oh wait, no, on server invoke. So what I do when I set it up, always just legit copy and paste every time because it saves a lot of time for me. So it's events dot the function, the event name, and then on server invoke by weapon, and then when you fire a remote function, it sends the player first every time, and then the variables you send. And I only use remote functions. I don't really use remote events. Remote events look like this because they do the exact same thing. The only difference is that you can pass a remote or variables to a remote function, and you cannot with a remote event. The reason they have remote events is it's like a faster way to ping the server. That's legit all there is. Like if you click, the only use case I can think of right now is if you click the screen to fire a gun, if you're building a gun, it would quickly send that to the server, and then it would say, and then the gun would fire wherever you're looking. So I'm very curious to see. Allow events defined in one script to be subscribed to by another script. Okay, that looks okay, they're the exact same thing. They should give you like a definition of each. Anyway, that's that. I only use remote functions pretty much. That's what I would start off doing if I were you. So that's the basic structure. I have an events folder. I put the events in there, and then I copy and paste on server invoke is equal to by weapon and stuff. I can put this code in the description to help you out. I'll pin my comment or something. So let's create a quick project. Okay, so let's start off creating the structure of the whole game. So I'll create a script and call it server handler. That's like the main core script of the server. Then I'll go over here to starter player scripts. So if you had it in starter character scripts, your script would restart every time you respawn. That's not really what you want usually. So player script starts once, and then you have it the whole game. I call this client handler. And we'll go ahead and create our folder here. Events. Now let's make it so when we click or something, we'll make it so when we press a button, the sky will change from dark to light. That's pretty simple. And what we'll do is we'll make it so the server sky changes, so it would change for everybody. Alright, so I usually give myself a few lines when I'm starting off in both. We'll go ahead and create a variable for this events. So local events is equal to game.replicatedStorage.events. This is the most scalable way I've found to do this. We'll put it in both folders, of course, or both scripts. And when I first start off, I'll always reference this article because I don't like to type things out myself, so I just copy it. So this is remote events. Let's go to remote functions. So we're going to need client to server. So what I'll do is just copy the function in this part and paste it. So now we can say events dot, let's create an event, or let's create a remote function. Change sky for all players. I like to make them usually kind of descriptive. So events dot change sky for all players on server invoke. Change sky. That's what we'll call our function. When you're passing a remote event, you cannot have a local function, or I guess you can. Huh. But always keep them global. I don't know why though. You could try with a local as well if you wanted to. But yeah, so change sky, and then we'll say to state, and you'll see what this does in a minute. But we'll say from dark to light, day or night or something. So that'll be what we set it to. Alright, let's just go ahead and code that. So game dot lighting is equal to, what variable are we going to change? Let's change the skybox. So yeah, we'll just create another folder here and keep a couple of skyboxes in here. Let's find 2 of them we want, and this is the quickest and easiest way to do this in my mind. Skybox. We'll get one for nighttime. Actually, let's do the cool space skybox. How does that look? Oh yeah, that's nice. So night, and create one for day. Why does that not go to lighting automatically? That's weird. Sure, that's cool. Day. You'll see how this all comes together pretty soon. So we'll set. Alright. So what we'll have to do is, let's go ahead and create a folder called skyboxes. Alright. So skyboxes colon find first child to state. We'll make the new sky equal to, so if I passed the day as the variable here, a string called day, then it would find this and then we would create an object. So we'll also do if not new sky, return that's not a sky. This is the logic I follow when I create any remote event. Usually, if it doesn't, if a value is not passed that is like real, I would assume it's a hacker and then ban them or something. So if it is a sky though, we'll go new sky and clone. We'll set local cloned sky. So what that did was that created a copy of the day skybox, and now we're going to set the parent to game.lighting. So before we set the actual skybox, we're going to want to get rid of the other skybox. So we'll create a function to get rid of all skyboxes and lighting. Clear skyboxes for sky in pairs. Game.lighting. do if sky is a skybox. So if it's a skybox, then what are they called? If it's a sky, okay. Then sky colon destroy. So we'll clear the skyboxes and then set the new one. And that should be all for that. So now that the server side is done, let's go to the client and call this. So let's create a couple of quick buttons. Oh yeah, I'm still getting used to where they place the UI editor. I thought there was that UI tab supposed to be there forever. And I always call this main. And that's really all I use as far as screen GUI goes. Let's try the UI editor again. Let's go text button. We'll create 2 of those. We'll use the first one to set it today, second one to set it tonight. Let's make them look okay. Day, night. Nice. We'll actually set the night to grayish, just for style. Nice. We'll go ahead and set the text. Day, night. Set the text to scale. All this fun stuff, you know, the norm. Okay, so let's go back to the client here. Let's create a variable for UI. For a screen GUI is equal to... Oh yeah, we'll have to get the player first. So player is equal to game.players.local player. And name is equal to player wait for child player GUI, and then we'll add another wait for child for main. Okay, very nice. And we have, oh yeah, so we're gonna say, so this goes back to me not wanting to type anything, so on button Roblox, then I just legit copy this and we'll paste it once. So main.day, and what we'll do when day is clicked is we will go to oh yeah, events. So we'll say events dot change skybox for all players, invoke server, and then we'll say day, and then we'll create another one, night, then just change that to night. And what that should do is when we click our skybox, let's set it to day and night, but it's not happening, so let's see what's going on. String handler, that's on the client. Oh, and server. Uh-oh, so it looks like something's not happening, right? Oh yeah, game.lighting : get children. So we have to get the children of lighting, not the spirit of lighting itself. Okay, now let's try. Oh, look at that. Very nice. Now what I would do if this was my game, like if I was making an actual game out of this, I would not put these two right here. I would go I would iterate over all of them. So I'd go for button and pairs, main, colon get children, do. So what I would do is say if the button is clicked, then send the button.name. And what that would do is that would either send the name of day or send the name of night. So we can get rid of this and then we can test this. Check it out. So you can set it to day and night just like that too. And that is it. That's how I use remote functions. I don't use remote events. I only use remote functions, and that's it. That's legit all it is. So see you guys later.